The New Republic has this editor-in-chief. His name is Marty Peretz. He is well known in some circles as not being a particular fan of Muslims, period. Right? He's made a number of statements that some would consider bigoted on them. Glenn Greenwald has written at length on this, and you can see blog after blog about all the terrible things that he said. And he thinks the way to deal with Muslims is to get tough on them and all they understand is violence. That kind of nonsense, right? By the way, the New Republic is supposed to be somewhat of a liberal publication. What name so? Okay, so this is among the absurdities of the New Republic. But get a load of his last comments. If you were unclear before, this should clarify it for you. Marty Peretz says, but frankly, Muslim life is cheap, most notably to Muslims. And among those Muslims, led by Imam Rauf, referring to the Park 51 project, there is hardly one who has raised a fuss about routine and random bloodshed that defines their brotherhood. Let's pause in this point of the quote here. So apparently all Muslims are in a brotherhood, and no one has said anything about the bloodshed of some people who are Muslim, the bloodshed they have caused, except all the Muslims who have, including Imam Rauf, who we've given you countless quotes before. Here, I'll give you another one right now. He says, fanaticism and terrorism have no place in Islam. There are always people who will do peculiar things and think that they are doing things in the name of their religion, but the Quran is, God says in the Quran that they think that they are doing right, but they are doing wrong. So there is Imam Rauf earlier condemning violence, terrorism, bloodshed, etc., but of course Marty Peretz doesn't believe that. Why? Because Imam Rauf is Muslim. But get a load of the second half of that quote. So Peretz says, so yes, I wonder whether I need to honor these people and pretend that they are worthy of the privileges of the First Amendment, which I have in my gut the sense that they will abuse. Now, how do you like that for irony? Here's Marty Peretz, vilifying all Muslims, in a matter of speaking, abusing the First Amendment, but worried that we shouldn't give Muslims the First Amendment rights because they might abuse them. And by the way, what is abusing the First Amendment? What does that mean? The whole point of the First Amendment is not to protect friendly speech. It's not to protect, hey, Bob, how you doing? Okay, nobody has any problems with that kind of speech. It's to protect political speech, sometimes offensive speech, including Marty Peretz's very offensive speech. You don't get to decide what's abusive. I don't get to decide what's abusive. That's why you have freedom of speech. The New Republic, as long as they are led by Peretz, is a joke, and they should be dismissed as a joke.